Hi, I am Tamika Somorin, and I have been a member of Team 85 since June of this year. I joined Team 85 because I was looking for a place where I can grow, where I can challenge myself, and most of all, a place where I can become healthier. One of the reasons I love Team 85 is because my acronym for team is Together, Everyone Achieves More. Since being at Team 85, I have lost 30 pounds. I have found a great community, and it's my new home. So, on a beautiful summer day in '83, darkness entered my life. I was 8, and I spent more than half my life trying to recover from that traumatic experience. I was a child who lived in a home where there was physical, verbal, and emotional abuse. I grew up in group homes, shelters, and foster care, spent a few years on the streets, and by the age of 18, I took my father's inheritance and moved to Washington State, determined that now that I was 18, I was in control of my life, and that I can make my own decisions to become a better individual. So, on a 3-day train ride to Washington State, I wrote down some goals on the things I wanted to achieve. I had dropped out of high school, so I wanted to return to high school, get my diploma. I wanted to start college, and also to get a driver's license. Within 6 months of being in Washington State, I had achieved all of those things. And that said to me that no matter what I wanted in my life, that I could achieve it. Even with those achievements, darkness still followed me because I wasn't healed. The healing journey is jagged edges. So you get to a place where you feel like you're good and you're safe, and then emotions begin to come to the forefront again, exposing you to go into a deeper healing state. And I realized that healing is a lifelong journey, and I've learned to find joy and peace in the healing process, but also taking a look to see how far that I have come. Because of my childhood trauma, I still have struggles. I have PTSD, I have anxieties. I was diagnosed with being bipolar after losing my daughter, but I was determined not to be defined by the things that happened to me, but to create my own definition of who I choose to be based on the decisions that I made and the goals that I wanted to achieve in life. So I wrote my first book, Tequila's Way. It started as a journal. I've been writing my entire life, and writing was a way for me to heal, a way for me to connect to my pain, a way for me to write things out that I was too afraid to speak about. So it started out as a journal. I entered into an intensive outpatient mental health program to help me deal with some unresolved issues and to help me to cope with life. And while in this program, I wanted to get the most out of it. On my first day, they spoke about radical acceptance, and I became angry. Radical acceptance is about accepting reality, not agreeing with it, but simply accepting the things that have happened. And the more you accept it, the less you fight and the less you suffer. That made me angry because radical acceptance in that moment said to me that I should accept being abused as a child. I should accept DV. I should accept being homeless. I should accept losing my father or having a mother who was depressed and physically and verbally abusive, and I was angry. So I began to just write about all of the things that I felt. Eventually, as I wrote this book, I shared with my therapist, and she said to me that I should make it a book. And at that moment, I wasn't sure if I wanted to share all of my experiences with the world, but I decided to take her advice, and I completed the book within 3 months. I had it published. Tequila's Way has been out for 4 years. It has traveled the world. People have said to me they read this book within a day. People have laughed, have cried. It's poetic. It's the journey of my life. It's strength. It's also speaks about just all that I've endured, but most of all, it is my testimony. I will be 50 in less than 3 weeks, and as I reflect on my life, all of it, the good, the bad, the tears, the thoughts of suicide, the mental illness, the wins, the loss, I realized that all of it was for my good. And I wouldn't change any of it, even the darkest moments, even losing my innocence, losing my father, being homeless or abused. Because if I changed any of that, I would not be the woman that I am today. And I love who I am exactly as I am. I love the garden that I've created because of those storms. And I truly believe that no matter what your storm is, if you just hold on, if you don't give up, if you create a vision in your head on where you want to be, I promise you'll get there. Just keep God first and pray, and life will get better. I'm living proof.